Assalamu alaikum everyone. Uh, Let me just check. Are you able to hear me okay now? Or is anybody experiencing audio issues from my end?
Maybe you can increase
You're
your
good.
volume. Yeah, a little bit louder, maybe.
Okay, sure. How about now?
It's better.
Thank you. So Assalamu alaikum and good morning to everyone. I think we have less participants, but it's a Sunday morning, so we'll hopefully make dua that other people join as well. And that the talk uh, and our gathering here is beneficial to more people. Inshallah. So the point of discussion today is adversity, and we'll be looking at what are the options or the silver lining that we can see of when we're hit with adversity. How can we overcome, and what are some of the scenarios where that you're less affected with the negative things about it, and you more look at the positive things, and you thrive out of it, and life is less miserable. Uh, so when I chose this topic to give a presentation on, this had been a very pressing issue for me. Uh, you know, from my memory, or at least things that I can remember of, uh, let's just understand the basic meaning of adversity. What adversity means is um, an unpleasant situation, a problem, or a difficulty. This is the basic definition or the meaning of what adversity means. And if I can recollect from my memory, I think we have all been experiencing this right from our childhood. Our parents asking us to wake up in the morning to go to school. Um, that challenge is something adversity. We didn't like, or we didn't enjoy the experience of waking up in the morning, dressing up, going to school, uh, or the challenges when it comes to preparing our homework, uh, preparing something that we didn't enjoy of. So adversity has been with us for the entire life that we have lived. Some 15 years, some age of 20 years, some the age of 25, and it's something that we are going to live with for the rest of our life. It says that even if you're someone who is sitting in a warm pool, warm pool, having people to serve you everything that is required. You, at the ring of a button, click of a button, um, you get your food on the pool. You get your delicacies. You just have to wish for something, and that is there. And you have television with unlimited amount of entertainment to watch, and you're not afraid of anything, not fearful of anything. So even in that scenario, it is said that people will experience adversity. Even in situations where you have everything, but still adversity will come to you in one form or way of another. Um, so I just wanted to walk you through today's agenda. Uh, we learned what is adversity in the very simple and basic terms, and how our responses will be when adversity knocks on our door, and how are we going to overcome it. Is adversity necessary? uh, Correcting our perspective, how we look at it, and how do we grow confidence. So in order to go through the entire bullet points which I have mentioned here in the agenda, I try to look at the most genuine people that I can come across, who are not just good in giving the suggestion, but also have applied those things in their personal lives and are successful. That is something very important, and we don't come across such people very often. So what I'll do is I'll not go through each bullet point in the next slide. So um, we will try to address more than one issue in tandem, so that our storyline in this presentation is continuous and is understandable. So this has been a learning experience for me as well. So hopefully, uh, we'll we will pray that Allah Ta'ala Allah Subhanahu wa Taala guides us all, because we are all in need, and we all um are humans, are facing challenges day in and day out. Uh, so first of all, before going to when adversity knocks, understand that um adversity is just one of life's staples, one of the challenges or one of the problems or one of the trouble scenario that comes in day in and day out in every part of our life. Not just our education, not just our personal relationships at family. It also goes along with our life till we leave the planet. So, being anxious about certain things help us to take care of them. The positive thing about is when you're anxious, your mind starts to pay attention to it. And on the other hand, imagine if we had a carefree attitude to everything and we laid back, we didn't do anything about it, we just don't care about it. The effects of that would be we would not be able to take care of our responsibilities or the affairs that we deal in day out, which would lead to detrimental failures, a huge loss, or something that uh, we which is very bad for our future as well. So ultimately, we would have no progress, and um our life would be redundant. So having uh, concerns or having adversities in our life um, is beneficial. So just like everything that we have in our life, even facing challenges and the way we respond to it have to be moderate, have to be an equilibrium, uh, a balance in our life, so that we don't fall prey to the problems that we have in our life. So I went through the discussion with one of the talks with Dr. Mufti Abdul Rahman Ibn Yusuf. Hey guys, sorry, I just wanted to pause for a minute. Is it fine if I just take a 30 seconds break after Dill's emergency at home? Thank you for being with me. Sorry. So we were discussing that, like everything in our life, when it comes to our response to adversity, the anxiety and the depression that it brings on, we will need to have some balance there. If you're too worried or too concerned about something, uh, we all know how our brains work, the capability that it has, that our brain can take us to many places that we don't want to be. And the thought that brings to us, we don't want to go into that avenues where it leads to extreme negativity, uh, and the consequences that are attached to it. So, first of all, I just want to uh, let you know that we have to learn ourselves who we are and how we respond to challenges that come our way. So, uh, what this does is, imagine you're in a scenario um where where a situation is thrown out to you and you're very anxious. Uh, so what your body reacts to it is, some people are able to come out, spur into that challenge and be beneficial out of it. I'm gonna try to give very basic examples so that every one of us can relate to it. I'm sorry, was anybody trying to say something? Okay. So I'm going to try to give a very basic example so that we can understand. Um, a lot of us want to avoid a task coming our way, uh, or any opportunity or a challenge. Uh, we try to avoid. We don't take those opportunity challenges is because we are afraid of the outcomes. Um, we presume that अगर मैं ये करूँगा तो शायद इसका गलत नतीजा निकल जाएगा, या अगर मैं इसको इसको इस प्रोजेक्ट को लूंगा या फिर इस टास्क को लूंगा या इस असाइनमेंट को लूंगा तो उसका आउटकम नेगेटिव हो जाएगा. सो एक तो ये है, वी ब्रिंग दैट थॉट इन आवर हेड. द सेकंड थिंग इज वी ट्राई टू गेट टू वरीड अबाउट इट. एक तो है कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस को अपने दिमाग में लाना, दूसरा उन कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस के बारे में ज़्यादा परेशान हो जाना. When we get too worried about it and too concerned about it, what happens is that we get debilitated. ऐसा होता है कि हम एकदम वीक हो जाते हैं. We become very very weak, and our strength level, our confidence level is very down, and we're not able to attack it or make sure that we put some effort into that opportunity and make that beneficial to us. So that is something where we need to find a balance, because all of our mind, we all know that the capabilities and the capacities that it has. When the moment our brain goes into overdrive, it goes into all places, all kind of thoughts that it can bring it to us itself. It does, and we also have to ensure that uh, the shaitan, you know, the evil thing, it also wants us to do the same thing. Uh, कि आप मायूस हो जाओ, you be afraid of, you don't take the opportunity, you stay laid back, not worry about your progress. तो वो भी हमारा जो है फायदा उठा लेता है. So we have seen a lot of people in this situation. अगर हम अपना एग्जांपल निकाल लें, uh, बचपन से लेकर अब तक, we have seen so many people who are in this situation that वो डर जाते हैं. They're not able to bounce back or come out of that situation where they are stuck. तो ये सब जो है ना, कभी कभी हमारे साथ भी होता है. A lot of things, same thing happens to you. So when I said a few seconds ago that we have to learn ourselves and have to understand ourselves, it says that सबके लिए मौसम सबके लिए एक ही है. The weather for everyone is same, but the effects of the weather on people are different. The reason is because everyone's body type is different, and some people are more vulnerable, and some people have more immunity towards the weather. जैसे मौसम बदला, थोड़े लोगों को सर्दी हो जाती है, थोड़े लोगों को फ्लू हो जाता है, but some people are able to avoid it. They don't even have to wear warm clothes in winter season, and they still don't catch cold. Some people wear warm clothes, but they catch clothes. Uh, don't wear warm clothes and still catch cold. Excuse me. So we have to understand that our body type is different. Uh, just a second. Uh, so there is a research by Yale University. So what they found, the scientists were that people carry worry gene that we inherit. जैसे there's a lot of things that we carry from our parents. There's also something called worry gene. जो ज़्यादा worry करते हैं वो we carry it. But the research also says that with little amount of more effort than other normal people, we will be able to overcome that. बासों के अंदर होता है कि they get worried a lot, um, but it's not that we have the gene in us, so we are more um, susceptible of being worried on all scenarios. It's that it just says that you have it, but with little or more effort, that we can overcome it. And in a lot of scenarios is that we often feel At least what I've seen many people that I could relate myself to, is that when challenges come, we feel that it's a very big challenge, a very big problem, or a very complex thing. uh, at the surface वो ऊपर ऊपर से नजर आता है कि this is a very big problem, but once you crack open that surface and you get a little deeper, you realize that most of the complex problems that we have, that we think we have, are very simple. So how people react to it? Some people are bold, willing to take risk. Um, they have some experience dealing with these scenarios more often, so these adversities don't affect them. वो आसानी से uh, इन इन challenges से वो बाहर निकल जाते हैं. But some people, don't even venture out, who don't even walk to the face of the challenge. So what it does is कि ये सरफेस को तो छोड़ सरफेस को तो क्रैक करना छोड़ो, वो सरफेस को भी नहीं देखते. सो दे रिमेन विद द बिलीव दैट के ये चैलेंजेस, ये कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज जो है बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. दिस इज बियॉन्ड माई कैपेसिटी एंड माई स्ट्रेंथ. सो व्हाट हैपेंस विद देम इज दे डिबिलिटेट. ये उनका यकीन, ये उनकी सोच क्या होती है, दे वीकन्स देम. When this happens, we all know that it has detrimental effects on us. So uh, a lot of us have great ideas. Uh, we all put in our positives when we are asked to evaluate कि अपने बारे में अच्छी बातें बताओ. So we all say that we have good plans, we have good ideas for the future, but the issue is that we are not able to uh, put them into practice. We don't end up doing them. Uh, so what happens is, we just too beset to be worrying about the future negative outcomes. अगर मैं ये करूँगा तो ये हो जाएगा, अगर मैं वो करूँगा तो ये हो जाएगा. So अच्छे आइडियाज हैं हमारे पास. uh, we have good intentions, but we're just uh, satisfied, we're just staying in a position where too worried about it and don't want to venture out at it. तो मैं शेख की बात सुन रहा था. जैसे मैंने पहले बताया कि कि जितनी भी चीज़ें हम वी आर वरीड ऑफ, वी आर एंग्शियस ऑफ, और वी आर ग्रीव्ड ऑफ, अगर उन सारी चीज़ों को हम इकट्ठा करें अपनी अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ में, एंड वी ट्राई टू statistically divide them. So there's a very interesting study that comes out. Keeping the uh, general category of people, uh, this is what this research says. 40% of the problem that we worry of will not actually happen. 100 में से 40% जितने भी प्रॉब्लम्स जो जिसके बारे में हम परेशान हैं, वी आर वरिंग ऑफ, विल नॉट एक्चुअली हैपन. अदर 30% प्रॉब्लम्स आर एक्चुअली अबाउट द पास्ट, जो ऑलरेडी हो गया. वी आर वरिंग अबाउट द थिंग्स which have already happened and we have no control over it. It's like worrying about the spilt milk. Other 12% things, ये दूसरों की परेशानियां हैं, ये हमारी नहीं है. First, 40% of the problems that we are worried of will not happen. The rest 30% are of the past. It's like crying over our spilt milk. बाकी 12% जो है, this all uh, in regards to other people's affair, not ours. So there's no involvement of us. 12% है हमारी sickness, जो है रियल है या इमेजिनरी. बाकी जो है, दिस ऑल comprise to 92%. 40 that will not happen, 30 that is from the past, 12% that is are not our problem, the problem is of others. Next 12% is sickness, which could be real or imaginary. बाकी 8% जो है, that is reality. There's only 8% of the problems that we actually have, that we should be worrying of, but instead the other 92% takes us the space of our mind. So एक मौलाना रूम रहमतुल्लाह अलैह, he has mentioned narrated a story which I'll be you know just putting a light on it. There was a school teacher uh, who was very strict, uh, and uh, उनके अंदर कोई रहम नहीं था. He was that strict. So सब बच्चे परेशान. uh, School आओ, मदरसे को आओ, take his beatings, deal with his anger. um, Not a pleasant person to be around. We all had such teachers. तो एक इंटरेस्टिंग उन बच्चों ने जो है बहुत एक इंटरेस्टिंग काम किया, so that they get rid of that teacher. So there was one student in that class who made a plan. उसने कहा कि कल जब हम मदरसे को आएंगे, so what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna enter the classroom. I'm gonna tell the teacher, uh, मास्टर जी आपको क्या हो गया? You look very dull today. Your face is pale. Are you doing okay? ऐसे पूछूंगा. तो जाहिर सी बात है कि that every student will not agree to it. Some don't want to do that. But what happens is, seeing the confidence and the frustration that they had with the teacher, they agreed. So next day came. The teacher was sitting in the class. So this guy who made the plan, he came in, and he did his stunt. मास्टर जी आपको क्या हो गया? आप खैरियत से हैं? आपका चेहरा तो उतरा हुआ नजर आ रहा है. आपकी तबीयत ठीक है? सो द मास्टर जी रिप्लाइड के, चल चल अपना काम कर, बैठ और होमवर्क निकाल. Something like similar to that. So one kid passed. Second kid came. दूसरा बच्चा आया. उसने भी, he also did the same thing. Master ji, are you doing okay? Your face looks pale. uh, third child came. So when uh, ये तीन चार बच्चे हो गए, तो the teacher started to realize that maybe something, there is issue with my health. So when he experienced the same thing with all the kids, excuse me. So when he experienced the same thing with all the kids, that idea and thought started to build up in his mind, and he um believed that it's a reality. उन्होंने स्कूल को मतलब, he called off for the day and left to his house. So when he went to his house, uh, his wife was surprised कि आज इतना जल्दी कैसे आ गए. So she asked, like, why are you so early to home? Is everything okay? Then that just look at the belief system, how it worked. So he started shouting on his wife. तुम्हें नजर नहीं आता कि I am sick, I am tired, my face looks pale. Give me the blanket and the pillow. Then he went to sleep. So just wanted to call out this story is that the ideas that we cook up in our head, even if those ideas are not reality, they eventually slowly become reality. जैसे ही बच्चे बोलने लगे कि मास्टर जी, यू डोंट आर यू डूइंग ओके, यू फेस लुक्स पेल. So his mind, the teacher's mind, started to create his own version of story to make sure that what people are saying is reality. कितनी अजीब बात है. And we all have come across such and such scenarios where we want to believe what we want to believe, and even if there's no rational explanation to it, our mind creates a own rational story, so that it uh, believes that what I'm thinking or what people are saying is true. So uh, I just wanted to bring some intercepts from the point that we have to understand ourselves, and we have to ensure that we come out of it according to our body type, and how we actually are. तो मैं सब मफहूम बताऊंगा कि कुरान शरीफ में बताया गया है कि इंसान को टू थिंग्स, ह्यूमन इज वेरी फ्रेटफुल, in bad times, he loses tawakkul, and when good happens, he's become miserly. So ये दो कमजोरियां जो है इंसान की बताई गई हैं, which is that he loses tawakkul quite easily. And Allah Ta'ala also explains two things in corresponding to that. I'm just trying to explain the mafhum. I'm not going to give the real definition on it. So for these two weaknesses, how can a man overcome it? So one is uh, those who are regular to prayers. Uh, it is affecting the area which is spiritual to us. So those who are regular to prayers, who find solace in their connection with Allah Subhanahu wa Taala and are genuine in their efforts. It can be any form of prayer. So who's those who are uh, finding solace uh, are protected. The other is those who give their due share of their wealth to the needy people. So the Sheikh has explained this in a way that first is the spiritual aspect, second is uh, the social work aspect. You know, if you the reason I brought this is that most of the corporate companies make you um, uh, give you the opportunities that they let you spend in forms of charity. They make it mandatory that you have to put a certain hours or amount of work uh, in the social welfare. In the act of corporate social responsibility, it comes and like they award you with some amount of money and you have to give it in charity. The objective behind is that when somebody gives something to others, uh, their heart is at contempt. Uh, their life feels meaning or objective to it. So that is why they do it. So that is the reason, I wanted to bring these two things. One is the spiritual aspect, the other thing is the social work. All this comprise to the tackle the two weaknesses that we just mentioned, that human is afraidful in bad times. That is, he loses tawakkul very easily. Other thing is when good happens, he's very miserly. And if we go beyond to circle back that adversity is a situation where we are in trouble or problem or something that is unpleasant, right? And all of this occurs when there is some responsibility coming our way. For example, I had to give this presentation to you on this day, September 24th, when Saif approached. That was a moment of challenge to me, and that was also an adversity. Uh, and the way I reacted to it and the experiences that I have is what I'm trying to bring into light here. And simultaneously, we are learning अपने आप के बारे में and not shying away the problems that we have and how much of the things that are in our head that are cooked up that are not reality. We also went through it in the statistical way. Moving forward, um, if you could all pay attention to the history, हमारे ऊपर जो जिम्मेदारियां आ रही हैं बहुत छोटी हैं. um, we are not exposed to huge amount of responsibilities like the people of the past generations, our ancestors have dealt with. uh, Ultimately the highest form of responsibility the prophets had, um, bringing everybody into the light and protecting them from the darkness. We all know um, the uh, the level of responsibility and the uh, outcomes if the duty is not fulfilled. Imagine the uh, level of the grieveness, anxiety, and a lot of mixed feelings that one had to go through when such a huge responsibility is bestowed on them. Uh, Along with that, we had a huge number of people who were assigned with momentous tasks. Um, देश की आज़ादी के बारे में हो गया या फिर कुछ और बड़ा काम हो गया, चंद्रयान मून पे भेजना हो गया. सो ये सब बड़े काम हो गए. लाइक दिस मेनी थिंग्स. आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू गिव सम एग्जांपल्स कि उसके लिए when the prophets were given the responsibility of the entire ummah. Uh, uh, right, like I said in the beginning, I try to cover this topic adversity because it's very dear and near to me, and I've been working on this every day from a person who has been successful in his life, not just in terms of saying good things about it, but also with the implications of it. So I try to bring the points from that person only in this talk. So
Yunus bhai, are you changing the slides or you're on the same slide?
I'm on the same slide.
ठीक.
Yeah. Uh, so these people who had momentous task in their life, अल्लाह ताला ने उनकी कैसे मदद की? The way it's similar that these people were humans, with some exceptions. They also went through the same feelings that we are going through in everyday life. Though our tasks are simple and very easy to do, yeah, easy in comparison to those, but for us, uh, it's a matter of attention and it's a matter of concern that we deal it in the right way. तो अल्लाह ताला ने इनकी कैसे मदद की? So there are three things to it. First is, uh, before we go on through things, that we have to keep a reliance in Allah. There is not everything that we can control of, uh, and we just have to hope that once I start putting the efforts, the things are going to fold out in a way that are most beneficial to me. तो फर्स्ट थिंग, सबसे पहली चीज जो अल्लाह ताला ने उनको बताया, जिसका मफहूम खुलासा बोल रहा हूँ मैं, दैट इज रिफ्लेक्शन. First thing is reflection, looking at the positives that we had in our life. Okay, when you go to psychiatrist, the people who are doing with dealing with anxiety and depression, and they go to psychiatrist, the psychiatrist tend to make them do this thing only at the first time. First thing, कि वो पेपर और पेन पकड़ा देते हैं, and they ask them to uh, reflect down the positive things in their life. कि अपने अब तक जितना अच्छा हुआ है सब लिखो. So that the study says that when you once your mind starts to reflect back on the positives, it slowly deviates from the negatives and brings the courage and positivity in your head. दूसरा काम है, अपने आप को बिजी रखो. Keep yourself busy. uh, some or the other work. The sheikh was mentioning that uh, just clean the house, clean the room, clean your desk, do something. Just don't be at yourself. तीसरा है ग्रैटिट्यूड एंड थैंकफुलनेस. अपने ऊपर जितनी नेमतें बरसी हैं जो है उनके बारे में ख्याल करना. तो इन तीनों चीज़ों के बारे में, द पीपल हु हैड मोमेंटस टास्क, सबसे ज़्यादा तो प्रोफेट सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, तो अल्लाह ताला ने उनको जो है इन तीन चीज़ों के बारे में जो है गाइडेंस अता फरमाई थी. फर्स्ट वन इज रिफ्लेक्शन, लुकिंग एट द पॉजिटिव्स फ्रॉम आवर लाइफ. सेकेंड इज कीपिंग आवरसेल्व्स बिजी, कुछ ना कुछ काम में लगे रहना है. uh, दूसरों के लिए, खुद के लिए, ड्राइविंग, लुकिंग फॉर अपॉर्चुनिटीज के मैं दूसरों को कैसे हेल्प कर दूं. तीसरा है थिंकिंग अबाउट द ब्लेसिंग्स. और एक और हदीस है जिसका मफहूम है कि this is all to generate positivity, which I'm trying to cover this, and the people who have momentous tasks, how did they achieve it, so that they become an example for us. We go and apply the same things, and जब अल्लाह ताला ने उनको इतनी बड़ी बड़ी जिम्मेदारियों से जो है काम, बड़ी बड़ी जिम्मेदारियों को पूरा करने का जो है मौका था फरमाया, and they were able to achieve those huge responsibilities. I'm trying to bring those same steps so that we can achieve the smaller amount of task in our personal life. uh, जिसके पास ये तीन चीजें हैं, he has the whole world in his arms, all whole world in his feet. एक है कि decent enough health. The morning when he wakes up, उसको महसूस हो, उसको लगे और वो फील करे कि आई एम गुड इन टर्म्स ऑफ हेल्थ. दूसरा, उसके पास सेफ्टी और सिक्योरिटी हो, उसको कोई जान का खतरा ना हो. अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह दैट वी ऑल हैव दैट. थर्ड थिंग इज, पूरी दिन की ज़रूरतें, ज़रूरत पूरा करने के लिए उसके पास सामान हो, to just go through that day. Uh, Anybody who has these three things, the hadith says that he has the whole world to his feet. I'm just giving the mafhum of it. uh, One is this aspect. The second is, जैसा हमने मौलाना रूम रहमतुल्लाह की जो जो स्टोरी उन्होंने नरेट की थी वो हमने समझी कि the other aspect from that story is that you have to cover yourself from the positive people, like-minded people. अगर आप adversity और troublesome situation से भाग रहे हो, you cannot avoid your you cannot mingle with the people who have similar mindset. वो भी कुछ काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो भी कुछ जिम्मेदारी को नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो भी चैलेंजेस और सिचुएशन से दूर भाग रहे हैं. एंड इफ यू try to mingle yourself with the same kind of people, then the outcomes will be very negative. कि वो भी नेगेटिव ही बात कर रहे हैं, "आगे ऐसा करना, ऐसा करेगा तो ये हो जाएगा, वैसे करेगा तो वो हो जाएगा." सो जब ये नेगेटिविटी हमारे enters our brain, so शैतान भी यही चाहता है, and even the brain capacity is that whatever it comes to its head, it try to takes it to extreme levels. Positivity आए तो he takes the positivity to extreme uh, extreme levels, can go to all places. But when negativity comes, it tries to go to all places. तो हम सब अपने ब्रेन के कैलिबर को जानते हैं. So finally, I wanted to mention what a Sheikh mentioned from his talk is that कितनी भी जिम्मेदारियां हैं, कितने भी काम हैं दुनिया के, यू हैव टू कैरी आउट स्ट्रेटेजिकली. कि उसको जो है ब्रेक डाउन करना, uh, उसको ब्रेक डाउन करना, उसके बारे में सोचना, हाउ टू पुट द फर्स्ट स्टेप इनटू इट, एंड इंटेलिजेंट वे से करना. ऐसा नहीं कि आई जस्ट वांट टू डू समथिंग. बीइंग स्ट्रेटेजिकली, स्टेप वन, स्टेप टू, स्टेप थ्री, स्टेप फोर. दूसरा है इंटेलिजेंट वे से करना, और कोशिश करते हुए यू हैव टू रिसेट हस्बुनल्लाहि व निअमल वकील. मेहनत कोशिश करते हुए करना. ऐसा नहीं कि लेट बैक अप्रोच, लेट बैक अप्रोच है, केयर फ्री एटीट्यूड है, एंड यू जस्ट वांट टू रिसाइट इट. ऐसे भी काम नहीं होगा. और यू आर रिसाइटिंग इट एंड साइमल्टेनियसली डूइंग इट इन द रॉन्ग वे, ऐसे भी नहीं चलेगा. So always have to do all the affairs, all the matters that you are dealing with in this world have to do have to be done strategically, intelligent way, and and sometimes the overconfidence kicks us in a negative way. We may be doing things for a very long time, and we are shy of going out and asking to the people who have already done it, or to a person who is a subject matter expert in that regards or has a lot of experience. तो अपने काम को जो है उनके सामने ला के रखना, so that they can scrutinize it, correct it, and ensure that we are not following the wrong steps over and over again. तो ये कुछ बातें थी. The image here is of a story of how people react in terms of adversity. देखो, तीनों को जो है गर्म पानी दिया गया था. इन वन बाउल इफ यू पुट एन एग, a potato or tea leaves, all react differently. अंडा होता है जो it becomes hard in the situation of in the adversity of boiling it in hard water. Potato becomes soft. और चाय पत्ती है, it leaves color. So I all want uh, to leave this presentation and myself that all the challenging situations that come to our life, इसके approaches दो अलग अलग हैं. We can either be laid back, carefree attitude के साथ कोई progress ना करो, कोई काम ना करो. And we also know that through our life's experience, that this is a very detrimental thing to be done. The issue and consequences are prolonged. और ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं एडवर्सिटी को अवॉइड करूं और वो मुझे पीछा छोड़ दे. जैसा हमने पहली स्लाइड में देखा, दैट एडवर्सिटी इज ऑलवेज ऑन द बैक ऑफ योर हेड। हमेशा चैलेंजेस आते रहेंगे, बस हमारा एटीट्यूड और हमारा पर्सपेक्टिव उसके अगेंस्ट चेंज करना है। दूसरा, we understood our different types of body types, that some of us may carry worry gene. It's not that that's bad or something. बस इतना है कि अगर हम थोड़ी थोड़ी बात पे वरी हो जा रहे हैं तो we just have to put some more effort to understand the real situation and work against it. तीसरा पॉइंट, हमने जो है मौलाना रूम रहमतुल्लाह अलैह की एक स्टोरी जो उन्होंने नरेट की थी उस पे गए थे कि what happens when people try to say something and our head tries to accept it as a reality. Our brain will create its own story to ensure that he believes what people are saying. So for that we have to avoid staying with the people who are like-minded. हम भी जो है जिम्मेदारियों से भाग रहे हैं और चैलेंजिंग सिचुएशन से डर रहे हैं. Even my friend, even my colleagues are facing the same thing. तो ऐसे लोगों से जो है हम कम मेल मिलाप करें, और जो पॉजिटिव पीपल हैं, दोज हु टेक चैलेंजेस मोर बोल्डली, जिनके पास एक्सपीरियंस भी ज़्यादा है, जो रिजल्ट ओरिएंटेड नहीं, एफर्ट ओरिएंटेड है, सो ट्राई टू बी मिंगलिंग विद देम. Second is the fourth thing, or I may be listing the numbers wrong, that we went through the statistical way of how we are seeing the problems. 100% problems में पूरे 100% problems are not reality. 92% of them for other reasons that we don't control of. Only 8% of the reasons is what we control of and what we should be paying attention to. So we need to decrease the number of problems that we have in our head by understanding कि कौन सा प्रॉब्लम मुझे डायरेक्टली इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है और कौन सा प्रॉब्लम इमेजिनरी है और किसी और का है, उनको उस बारे में सोचना चाहिए. और कौन से वो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं जो मैं सोचता हूँ कि मेरी तबीयत के रिलेटेड. सम पीपल हैव दैट फीलिंग, थोड़ी थोड़ी चीज़ पे वो सिक हो जाते हैं, बीमार हो जाते हैं. इट्स ऑल कुक्ड अप स्टोरीज. So you need to decrease those. You need to rest and relax and understand that there are only 8% of the problems that I actually have to put effort on to. उसके आगे हमने हमने सुना कि इंसान की दो बड़ी कमजोरियां हैं and how to overcome that. One is related to spiritual. Those who find solace in the connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uh, are are more uh, immune towards these problems. और दूसरा है those who are active in social work, uh, which is they share the due amount of money with the people who are needy. Uh, it's just as one top line. There could be many things that come under being socially active. And further to that, uh, excuse me, we learned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ne, uh, अब तक there have been so many people who have been assigned with momentous amount of task. बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारियां उनके ऊपर गई हैं, and they have been guided to successfully achieve those responsibilities, जिनके बारे में मैंने बताया कि हम समझते हैं कि the prophets had the highest amount of responsibility in bringing the people from darkness to light. And उसमें सबसे ज्यादा prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and how Allah guided him in terms of adversity, कि जब भी उनके ऊपर कोई मायूसी आती, और uh, or something that he needed support there, Allah is to help him. So the three things: one is reflection, अपनी जिंदगी के positives पे गौर करना. This step is also imitated by psychiatrists. जब भी कोई anybody who goes to them feeling of depression or anxiety, too much of it, this is the step. This is one something that they also follow. First is reflection. Second is keeping yourself busy. अपने आप को कुछ ना कुछ काम में लगाना. थर्ड इज थिंक अबाउट द ब्लेसिंग्स. कितनी नेमतें अल्लाह ताला ने हमें अता फरमाई हैं. और तीन नेमतों के बारे में हमने डिसेंट एंड हेल्थ, फीलिंग सेफ एंड सिक्योर. एक दिन की पूरी ज़रूरतें हैं हमारे पास, दैट वी आर समवन हु हैव एवरीथिंग इन दैट वर्ल्ड put out on our feet. Uh, so the final thing is that we learned from this discussion was putting our efforts into this worldly matters. Everything, घर की रिश्तेदारी हो जाए, your connection with your spouse, your connection with your kids, your connection at office, office colleagues, and all the matters that are related to it. काम है, घर का काम है, office का काम है. And if you're a student, you're studying. All the worldly matters in in this world have to be dealt with, have to be dealt strategical way, intelligent way, and true effort. And simultaneously recite Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. And if you're not doing this, and if you're only reciting Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil and not doing the effort in a strategic and intelligent way, you are doing it wrong. And if you're all doing all these three things, assuming that you're doing all these things I'm reciting, I'm also putting the effort strategical way, and results are not coming out. It's about time that we evaluate this in front of someone who is more experienced, or someone who has already done it and had success, so that they can scrutinize the way that we are doing it, and we do it right way next time. So with that, I would like to conclude. Uh, let's see, maybe next time this can be fine tuned with more examples and more scenarios where uh, the people of the past have had, so that we can benefit it more. So I would leave you to ponder on this and go searching. The best examples would be found in a few clicks. So I'll leave this to you to ponder this next time, and be less afraid of adversities that come into our life. Not everything is end of this world, and try to attack challenges in a more positive way.
Jazakallah khair, Yunus bhai. There are a few questions in the chat. If you can answer those.
How to improve brain power? uh, I'll try to stick to answer this from कि जैसे हमने सुना कि uh, uh, let me first understand, like, if you're asking in regards to how to improve my brain capacity or to take more challenges, it's just that happens with more experience and more efforts you put. It's a learn and grow phase. Second is that don't let negativity slip into your head in one or any form. Slight uh, amount of it that you have to be aware of if negativity is slipping into your head, and make sure that you stop the channels from where the negativity is coming and tune into channels where positivity is coming, and have the right amount of support. Surround yourself with people who are um, doing the right things, so that even you get the motivation and courage to uh, you know attack this uh, the problems, the challenges that come our way. Okay, sir, how to control emotion? भाई ये मुश्किल है. We are all uh, when I talk to anybody, confidence goes down. How can I improve? uh, तो पहले नजीब के जो है क्वेश्चंस को आंसर कर देंगे, फिर we'll move on to Sumaya. uh, so any topic that you're talking to someone, you have to prepare for it. uh, वहीं से confidence आएगा. If you're talking with someone that you're completely unaware of, it's better to remain silent, or uh, focus on paying attention to that what they're saying, so that your knowledge increases. अगर आप किसी और बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, तो it's best thing that you prepare for it, and that every person sitting in that room is have a belief that every person sitting in this room is is no way better than you, and you are the expert in what you're talking. So they will pay attention, and slowly and steadily, when you start developing this, your confidence will grow. It's the same thing. Some people are introvert, some people are extrovert. Those who are introvert have to pay um, some extra effort in becoming extrovert. जो खामोश रहते हैं, किसी को बात नहीं करते हैं, it's that they have to put effort to go talk to people. They have to do that. और थोड़े लोग हैं, they're always extrovert. They सब कुछ सबको बोल देते हैं, दे आर ऑलवेज आउट टॉकिंग। उनके लिए यह है कि दे हैव टू पुट एफर्ट टू स्टे साइलेंट, अंडरस्टैंड व्हेन दैट आई शुड नॉट स्पीक। सो हम दोनों के लिए चैलेंजेस हैं। इंट्रोवर्ट के लिए चैलेंज है कि लोगों से बात करो, इन ऑर्डर टू बी सक्सेसफुल यू हैव टू टॉक टू पीपल, यू हैव टू डिस्कस द आइडियाज। एक्सट्रोवर्ट के लिए है कि इफ यू कीप एवरीथिंग ओपन, सबको बोलते फिरोगे तो दे विल बी ए मिसयूज ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन अगेंस्ट यू। सो यू हैव टू लर्न टू कंट्रोल। हाउ टू कंट्रोल इमोशन, इसके लिए तो मुश्किल है, बट आई थिंक मेरे पास इसके पास कोई डेफिनेट आंसर नहीं है कि व्हाट आई एम स्ट्रगलिंग विथ इज कि जब भी एकदम ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द अदर पर्सन। इमोशन का मतलब मुझे लगता है कि आप कभी गुस्सा हो जाते हो, कभी मायूस हो जाते हो। सो व्हाट we had a few days a talk from Dr. Mufti Abdul Rahman Ibn Yusuf. So he said the same thing, that try to be realistic, not idealistic. ज्यादातर इमोशनल जो है अलग दूसरे लोगों से हमें तकलीफ हमें दूसरे लोगों से पहुंचती है, तो ट्राई टू बी रियलिस्टिक। So we cannot go around and change 100 people, but what we can do is we can fine tune ourselves so that we are less susceptible to what they are saying to us. तो एकदम एक बार रियलिटी को समझना कि why is other person angry on me, or why is other person making me feel this way. The other thing is it the problem only with me, कि मैं ही ऐसा हूँ, इसकी वजह से वो ऐसा फील करते हैं। So the more you try to put yourself on the realistic path, uh, the effects of the emotions are less. I have experienced this in the last couple of days. I think probably a week ago only, the Dr. Mufti Rebana Ibn Yusuf Mangira had come to Bangalore. So I have been experiencing this in my life. I'm trying to put that in use. कि मुझे ऐसा लगा, being realistic, not idealistic, is what he uh, try to cover. हम सबको नहीं बदल सकते। यू कैन नॉट गो अराउंड एंड टेन से 100 पीपल आप बदल जाओ, मुझे तकलीफ हो रही है आप ऐसा कहोगे तो। इट्स जस्ट दैट वी फाइन ट्यून आवर सेल्फ so that we are less susceptible to what they are saying. So after achieving success in life, why we feel incomplete? इसका आई थिंक वी ऑल फील द सेम वे कि कामयाबी के बाद क्या है, सक्सेस, लाइक आफ्टर पुटिंग सो मच एफर्ट इन दिस वर्ल्ड, व्हाट इज इट इन द एंड, के I think I wanted to cover that in the agenda as well, that changing our perspective. उसका ये है कि when the when the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had to face adversity and so many challenges from the people, uh, sometimes which were unbearable. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would reveal on them that uh, कि आप इन मुश्किल हालात से गुजरो के एंड एंड द एंड आखिरत में बदला दिया जाएगा। सो यू विल बी सेटिस्फाइड, इतना बदला दिया जाएगा आप सेटिस्फाइड हो जाओगे। तो हम सब समझते हैं कि हम भी द रीजन वी आर बीइंग सक्सेसफुल एट स्कूल, सक्सेसफुल एट ऑफिस, सक्सेसफुल इन मेंटेनिंग relationships at home and outside, all of this is comprising to fulfill the duty of this world, and inshallah take the rewards in the hereafter. हम इसलिए कर रहे हैं। समटाइम्स यू विल पुट अ लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट इन ऑफिस और एट स्कूल, प्रोजेक्ट किया आपने, बहुत मेहनत लगी, बट द रिजल्ट्स आर नॉट फ्रूटफुल, पीपल आर नॉट गिविंग द recognition, even the teacher who assigned the project is not giving the recognition or paying attention. If the same thing happens at home, बहुत लोग अपने माँ बाप से नाखुश हैं बिकॉज दे आर नॉट पेइंग अटेंशन कि इतना एफर्ट हुआ उतना एफर्ट हुआ। सो ऑल ऑफ दिस इज some way in or other regards, we put our belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we will be rewarded in the hereafter. Maybe it was a very simple answer, could have been explained in a better and much detailed way, but I just leave it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide you all, guide us all. Uh, any further questions, or are we good to give Sunday back to all?
So, do we have any last question from anyone? Okay, so I think that's it for today. So I'd like to thank all the audience for taking out the busy time.
Thank you, Saib Saab. Just final words. Just want to
Uh,
leave with a prayer before we wind
yes.
up. Um, we should all should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us tawfiq, divine
Uh,
capability, divine ability, and benevolence to do this. Thank you.
there is one question, if you can look into
Uh,
that. Uh,
बीबीए के साथ कौन सा कोर्स बेटर रहेगा? So also want to know what specialization that you're looking in BBA, and also what is your plans after the BBA. Uh, where you want to put your hands in to make a career or experience something. I will try for MBA.
Najib, you can unmute and speak also. So all of you can unmute and directly speak.
ओके सर।
uh
वन मिनट।
yes, Najib, I can hear you.
सर मैं पूछ रहा था सर बीबीए के बाद सर कौन सा मतलब बीबीए के साथ में कौन सा कोर्स अभी पार्ट टाइम के लिए ठीक रहेगा? सर बीबीए मेरा फर्स्ट ईयर था अभी इसमें।
अच्छा, अभी आप कौन से ईयर में हैं बीबीए के?
सर फर्स्ट ईयर है।
फर्स्ट ईयर में हैं?
यस सर।
अ, अलग अलग कोर्स करने के ये मेरा सजेशन है, बट यू कैन गेट मोर सजेशंस फ्रॉम अदर्स आल्सो, नजीब।
यस
अ,
सर।
अ, अलग कोर्स में इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए बजाय मैं ये सजेस्ट करूंगा कि आप जो है अपने एकेडमिक्स में एक्सेल करें, और जो सॉफ्ट स्किल्स हैं, कम्युनिकेशन हो गया, नेगोशिएशन स्किल्स हो गया, प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल्स हो गया, तो
यस सर।
आप अपना फ्री टाइम उसमें यूटिलाइज कीजिए, बिकॉज यू आर स्टिल इन द फर्स्ट ईयर, एंड स्पेशलाइजेशन आने के लिए और 2 साल बाकी हैं। So I think for the commerce students, especially for those who are in business administration, I think these are the skills that come more handy when in terms of growth in future.
ओके सर।
Uh, हाँ, जज़ाकल्लाह। अनस भाई पूछ रहे हैं कि एमबीए के साथ कौन सा कोर्स बेटर रहेगा? There's a whole lot of avenues, Anas भाई. Um, I think there's a lot and lots of course that one can do along with the MBA. We have a session on 3 to 4 p.m. I think if you can come at that session, it will be more beneficial. एक के मैं जस्ट आपको इतना बताना चाहूंगा कि आपके एमबीए को स्ट्रांग रखिए, एंड वॉट एवर द करियर दैट यू आर ट्राइंग टू लुक इनटू आफ्टर एमबीए, उसमें उसमें अगर वैल्यू एडिशन कोर्स कोई आप कर सकते हैं तो अच्छी बात है. Some people are going into some